Hey guys, my name's Jake, and today I'm going to be drawing two separate Hamilton-inspired portraits. So I've been listening to the Hamilton soundtrack pretty much non-stop since I was able to first watch it on Disney Plus a few weeks back, and figured since I need to do some drawing practice anyway and want to work with some different styles, it'd be a lot of fun to do some Hamilton-inspired portraits. So I'm going to be doing two drawings today, starting of course with the man himself. Let's get into it. All right, so this guy starts out pretty rough. I tried a bunch of different things and couldn't quite get the look that I was going for. I'm not sure why or what, but I had a lot of starting and stopping on this guy initially. I thought I had a direction that I liked and then ended up scrapping it again. I got a little frustrated and decided to turn the recording off, and of course that's when I figured out what I was looking for. It's sort of the artistic equivalent of going, hey guys, watch this, and then not being able to do anything. It's definitely a little annoying, but we've got a good drawing now, so let's get some line work on this guy and get to coloring. I'm still a little new to digital and I don't quite have a good workflow yet. So I'm just kind of bouncing around here, laying some colors down and seeing how I like the texture and lighting and everything. Kind of just feeling it out and seeing how it goes. I'm going through and kind of playing around with the shadows and highlights a little bit, trying to add a little bit more interest in some different colors in the shadows and highlights. I think that adds some cool stuff. And the nice thing about digital, it just kind of allows you to experiment and turn a bunch of knobs. So why not throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks? So once I had Hamilton done and kind of looking pretty good, at least for the time being, I wanted to add some cool stuff to the background behind him, that little oval that he's kind of enclosed in. And as I was thinking about what I wanted to put, I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a little symbolic thing that I felt represented the character. And for Hamilton, I feel like bar none, that is like his writing desk. That is what set him apart. So I had this idea to set up this writing desk and pattern it in such a way that it looks kind of like a staircase. It's definitely the tool that allowed him to rise above his station and kind of climb beyond where he was, and thought it'd be kind of a cool little bit of symbolism to throw behind the character. Now I was really feeling the piece and liked it a lot, and thought, okay, might as well just finish it off and throw a whole background on here. The question was just what? I started with a gradient to try to just fill in some color, and then thought like, oh, it might be cool to put a picture of the stage and some of the set design in there and see how that looked, and I wasn't quite feeling it. Then I was actually thinking a little bit about the second character that I'm gonna do, and of what I wanted to do there, and then kind of worked backwards and thought, oh, it would be really cool just to put the entire lyrics of My Shot in the background of this piece. My Shot is definitely like Hamilton's kind of declaration song of who he is and what he's gonna do. And I thought that it'd be really kind of symbolic to just jam pack the background of this piece with as many words as I possibly could. And thought that My Shot was a good fit for that. And pretty happy with how it turned out. But I'm gonna make you wait and see the whole thing until both pieces are done. So let's get started on character number 2. You guessed it, Aaron Burr. Sir. The sketching for Burr went a lot better. I think just warmed up practices a little bit already, so I had the idea of the look that I was going for and able to just execute it a lot better on the first try. Never underestimate the importance of warming up. color was a bit of a different story. I wanted to focus on being able to kind of train my eye a little bit and work on pulling color directly from the color selector rather than using the eyedropper. I feel like that can kind of be a crutch in digital art, and I don't want to build that bad habit. So I had to play around a little bit. Obviously, Burr's lighting is a lot more dramatic than what you see on Hamilton, so I wanted to make sure that I captured that well. Now, of course, I wanted this to be a set that functioned really well together. So I make sure that my positioning's right and everything looks good. And I'm gonna frame it in oval in the same way. But it also meant that I had to figure out a good symbol that I thought represented Burr, which proved to be a little difficult. I had to take some time and think about like the type of character that Burr is in the play, and kind of came up with this cool idea based around the quill. And bear with me because I know like the quill is not Burr's thing, but that's kind of exactly the point. To me, Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr within the play are almost a mirror image of each other, separated by one very important thing, and that's the fact that Burr is just quiet. He's not as outspoken as Alexander, is not as willing to share his thoughts. And so for the symbol that I thought would represent Burr really well, I have the quill perfectly mirrored, it's perfectly symmetric, separated by a gap, a strike through. It was, as the quill was the one thing that separated him from Alexander in the play. I think it turned out really cool. I'm super happy with the idea, and then of course just lay it out in a little bit of a pattern that I think works pretty well for the piece. And finally, I told you that I came up with this guy's background while I was working on Hamilton's. I wanted to put the representative words behind him, and as you could probably guess, for Aaron Burr, talk less, smile more. Simple, not nearly as cluttered as the background for Alexander Hamilton, which I think works out perfectly. Really happy with how it turned out, and let's take a look at both of these final pieces. All right, those were a lot of fun. I'm really happy with how they both turned out, especially given that digital's not really my forte at the moment. Definitely going to be doing some more and practicing. I'm excited with the direction that it's going, but always have some more work to do. Let me know what you guys thought, which one you think is the best. Vote for Burr, I guess, or not. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you want to see more of my art in the future, be sure to subscribe, and you can always hit the bell if you want to be notified as soon as the next video comes out. But until then, I'm going to call it here, and I will see y'all next time.